In the beginning, there was nothing. But then there were three: a man of steel, a dark knight, and an emissary of truth. As paragons of virtue and champions of the oppressed, they showed the world how to be good again. To the world, they were called the Trinity. However, in this new era, the world had different heroes. The Justice League International had built up a slightly different reputation. The public faces of the team, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Green Lantern, Fire and Ice, were known as, well, idiots. After everything from last episode, they didn't exactly exude an aura of competence. Much of Sue Dibney's work was spent spinning their antics into acts of valor for the media. Yeah, well, it wasn't all bad. Flash's reputation helped keep the team afloat, and when people remembered Elongated Man existed, they didn't have anything bad to say about him. But amongst all the shenanigans and chicanery, there were another three heroes that actually did the heroic work in the background. Mr. Terrific, Vixen, and Rocket Red. This is their story. We begin our tale today in the workshop of the Metropolis Embassy, where Mr. Terrific and Blue Beetle are working on repairing Rocket Red's armor. Dmitri stood by them and watched, wearing nothing but a red tank top and a pair of white sweatpants.
Jesus, man, what the hell did you do to this thing? The circuitry here is totaled.
Tora needed my help, so I did what I needed to.
Yeah, I get that. But come on, Dmitri. It's not like you can do anything without your armor. Do you realize how much we rely on you to be able to take hits? Without your armor, you're just a guy, like Ted.
Hey! Look, Mikhail, I'm more than just big gun. I can fight just fine with that suit.
Dmitri, without your armor, there are a lot of things that I can't count on you for in a fight. You threw my whole system out of whack.
Michael then sent a T-sphere to repair the hydraulics at the core of the Rocket Red armor. But as soon as it interfaced with the circuitry inside, something went wrong.
Foreign tooling detected! Rocket Red metal number 4 has been compromised. Internal systems shall self-destruct.
Uh-oh. Hit the dirt!
Ted jumped away from the armor while Dmitri got in front of Michael to shield him from whatever would come next. The Rocket Red armor then crackled like a pack of firecrackers, but eventually fizzled out, with smoke rising from the panels. Although one panel did explode off the armor and crashed into a houseplant in the workshop.
What the hell was that?
Oh, right. The Russian president did not want technology of Rocket Red armor falling to capitalist enemies, so he made sure that if they were ever tampered with by non-Russian machinery, armor would go boom.
And you didn't think to tell us this before?
I assumed your T-balls would tell you that beforehand, in match frequency or something. Super engineering always involves matching frequency or something. I'm not entirely sure.
The whole thing is totally fried, Michael. Maybe we could have salvaged this before, but this thing is basically scrap now.
Okay, we can remedy this. Maybe we can go to Russia and get you a new suit of armor. Yeah, sure, because the Russian government has totally made a bunch of these and just has them in a storage closet somewhere.
I think they do. Rocket Red number 3 used to crash his armor all the time, but he kept getting new ones somehow. I'm sure the Russian president will be happy to provide a new one.
You know, Dmitri, you always just refer to him as Russian president. Why don't you ever call him by his name?
Oh, do I? I guess I don't really think about it. The Russian president is
Due to powers beyond even my control, the Russian president's name will be redacted.
Huh? Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, Dmitri. So you and I are going to Russia to ask the president for a new multi-million-dollar suit of high-tech armor. Ain't that just goddamn terrific?
Excellent! You know, after so much time away, I actually am starting to miss home.
I'll fire up the teleporter to get you guys to the Paris embassy, and then I can charter you all a plane for the rest of the way.
Paris? Oh, yes! I cannot wait!
Across the ocean lay the European embassy for the JLI in Paris. Since most metahuman crime was localized to the United States, the League heroes were seldom out here. Today was, however, not one of those days, as the Louvre was being robbed by none other than Laura DeMille, the shapeshifter known as Madame Rouge. Luckily, Vixen, Flash, and Green Lantern were already there to deal with her.
Oh, Han, it appears I have risen up in the world. No? No more children and circus freaks. I have true heroes to face today.
I don't know about you guys, but does robbing the Louvre seem a little played out?
Maybe a tad. The Shade robbed this place once while Jody and I were vacationing here. Still had a lovely time, though.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just make this Frenchie surrender already.
Guy created a large boxing glove to send at Madame Rouge. Her inky indigo body then twisted and contorted around Guy's construct and stretched out her arm to punch him in the groin.
You alright, kid?
I hate fighting stretchy guys. You know it's bad when I wish Ralph was here.
Oh, you poor thing. You're going to have to try a little harder than that.
How's this for trying harder?
Vixen then channeled the powers of an elephant and stampeded towards Rouge. She landed a massive punch and sent the rubber woman flying down the museum's main hall.
Oh, be careful, mademoiselle. You would hate for our tussle to damage the fine art around us, no?
Madame Rouge then stretched her arm towards one of the paintings. But before she could lay a finger on Andrea Mantegna's Triumph of the Virtues, Jay rushed in and grabbed it.
Have a little respect for fine art, madam.
Jay then ran a ways back with her stretched arm, then released it to recoil back to slam into Rouge's face. Vixen then got in close to slash away at Rouge with her claws, and then Guy finished her off by crushing her with a construct of the Venus de Milo.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Oh, what? Guy, that was terrible.
I know, and now she's got to deal with the fact she got crushed by a guy who made a terrible pun. It's called adding insult to injury, Murray.
Still seems a bit unnecessary.
Sometimes the best way to stop a bad guy is to absolutely humiliate them. I assume that's why you wear that goofy hat.
My father fought in the Great War wearing this helmet.
Oh. How about we just bag and tag her and get out of here?
While they were talking, Guy raised the statue construct, then turned it into a spatula. He then scraped the floor tile with it and picked up the puddle of goop that was Madame Rouge. She squirmed as Guy made a bubble around her.
Think this will hold me? You will rue the day you tangled with the dastardly Madame Rouge.
Yeah, whatever, Frenchie. Seriously, are all of them like this?
In my experience, most people who do this are either bored, sad, or looking for attention.
Upon exiting the museum, crowds clamored and cheered for the Justice League for the capture of Madame Rouge. While Guy and Jay were quick to leave with their captive, Vixen stayed behind to give a statement to the press.
Madame Mekabe, Jacques Riderre, France 24. Your team defeated Madame Rouge and preserved millions of dollars worth of art. What would you like to say about foiling today's robbery? Why do you do what you do?
I'd say that what I do is out of, well, retribution. I grew up poor, surrounded by people who use their power to victimize others. So, when I got my powers, I took out the people who hurt my loved ones and gave their power back to the people. I believe that the universe yearns for balance. And when I see people abuse power to hurt others, I yearn to restore that balance.
Would you like to elaborate on that, madame?
No thanks. Bye.
As Michael and Dmitri appeared in the Paris embassy, Murray, Jay, and Guy came in through the front door. Something to note in contrast to the Metropolis embassy, this place was far cleaner.
Oh, hey Jay, what brings you guys here?
We had to go deal with a robbery by Jay's boyfriend.
What matters is we protected the art in the Louvre. What about you guys?
Oh, my armor exploded. We are going to my homeland to get no one. Care to join us, Maury?
You know, I have been curious about where you're from since we moved in. I told you about my people, but you never told me about yours.
Oh, Russian people are the best. You will never find a greater sense of family.
Because of the Russian mafia? That kind of family?
Hush, guy. You know, the JSA was forced to disband because the government feared us to be communist spies. I never knew what it was they were actually afraid of. I think it's about time I see it for myself.
Look, I don't think we need all of you.
Excellent. The more the merrier. Comrades, Elle on Z.
All on what?
Elle on Z. It's French.
After a quick plane ride and a long and arduous process of getting through customs, the JLI finally set foot onto Russian soil. Well, more so the snow on top of the frozen soil. The city of Moscow was, in a word, crowded. Tens of thousands of people lay just in eye line beyond the airport. The streets were a cacophony of cars, people, and industry.
Ah, it is good to be home. Welcome to Russia, comrades.
The second thing that came to mind was that it was also freezing. Mari channeled a polar bear to keep warm. Guy had his ring to insulate him, while Jay rapidly vibrated in place to generate warmth. But Michael's jacket wasn't designed for this weather. Meanwhile, Dmitri seemed absolutely fine in his tank top and sweats.
How the hell are you not freezing right now?
Feels fine to me.
Michael and Mari would share a brief glance of bewilderment before they were startled by two massive, armored figures slamming down in front of them. They were similar to Rocket Red's armor, but they were larger, sleeker, and forewent most of the white to more red and just a tiny amount of blue. Instinctually, everyone got into fighting stances, but one of them spoke up before things got messy.
Justice League International. The President is expecting you. You will come with us.
Oh, you must be new brigadiers. Hello, new comrades. I am Dmitri Pushkin, Rocket Red Brigadier number 4. So good to meet you both. What are your names and numbers?
You will come with us.
Okie dokie.
Anybody getting a weird vibe out of these guys? Something about these Reds is awful familiar.
You know what, kid? I feel it too. Just can't place it.
You will come with us.
The first Rocket Red then grabbed Dmitri and shot off into the air and straight across the city. The second one then stared at them, white eyes seeming to glow through the visor.
What the hell?
Dmitri!
Come with us if you want him to live.
Alright, you heard the tin can. Let's go, go, go!
Guy, Vixen, and Michael flew after the Reds, with Michael standing on a pair of T-spheres to maneuver through the air. Meanwhile, Jay raced after them on foot. They followed them across the city until they arrived at the Capitol building of Russia, the Kremlin. At the main entrance stood the two Rocket Reds, with Dmitri standing between them, appearing unharmed.
Dmitri! Oh, thank Nancy. Are you alright?
Mari, I am fine. It was amazing. These new armors are much faster than my old suit. Imagine what I could do with one of those.
As the rest of the JLI landed beside the Rocket Reds, a crowd formed around them as civilians clamored and cheered.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I love to see. They're real excited to see the Justice League.
I'm not so sure about that guy.
Привет, everyone! Привет! It is so good to see you all again.
Dmitri approached the crowd with a massive smile as people cheered not for the League, but for the homecoming of Russia's favorite son. Children ran up to him for Dmitri to pick up and toss into the air. Even without his armor, the people knew his face. They knew him, and they loved him.
Wow. I've never seen him this happy.
This must be like meeting Santa Claus to those kids. Note to self, make Dmitri dress up as Santa Claus during Christmas.
Cutting the welcome wagon's ride short, the front doors to the plaza opened. The crowds fell silent and cold as an older man in a suit stepped out. Even Dmitri's expression seemed to harden at the sight of him. This was Russian President REDACTED.
Hello, Justice League. Welcome to Moscow. Dmitri, welcome home. Mother Russia has missed you.
And I heard, Mr. President.
Mr. President, Thank you for...
Do not approach the controller. Comply or be annihilated.
At these Reds, the Justice League International are our friends. Even the green one. For now. Anyways, Mr. Holt, please let us talk in my office. Come along, Dmitri. There is much to discuss.
Within the chambers of President Mr. Terrific would explain the events that led to the destruction of Dimitri's armor and their failure to make repairs. Meanwhile, the new streamlined Rocket Red stood guard at both sides of his grand desk. Both of them had their focus directed at Guy.
Hey?
Anyways, thank you for meeting with us, Mr. President. I know you have a very busy schedule, and we appreciate your assistance in this matter.
Of course, Mr. Holt. Russia's alliance with the Justice League International experiment means very much to me. I hope you understand our need to keep maintenance of our technology to our own, though. But we are eager to get Rocket Red back into action.
Fantastic! I can't wait to see what I can do with groovy new armor.
Well, it would seem that you will have to keep waiting.
Huh?
Dmitri, how can I put this in the simplest way possible? Those services are no longer required.
You're firing him!
Proper team is relieved from active duty after Dimitri's actions leading to the destruction of an extremely valuable piece of military hardware. We are no longer confident in his abilities to serve our country's interest on your team.
What?
Now hold on just a dang minute. I've read the bylaws of our charter. Decisions on League personnel are solely in the hands of team chairman, i.e. me.
All personnel except for Russia's representative. If I correctly recall, you weren't there for this part. You were given command of this team because the Batman could not be bothered to do it himself. We decide who you can use for your team.
But you just said that you were putting Rocket Red back in action. That's Dmitri. You can't take him away from us.
You're right, I did say that. That's why I would like to introduce you to your new teammate, Rocket Red number 7.
I am your soldier, Justice League. I am here for team.
The Rocket Red to the President left stepped forward and saluted.
This is a load of bull.
I agree. Don't let this slide, Michael.
Look, Dmitri is our teammate and friend. He's someone we trust with our lives in the field to have at our backs. In fact, despite his quirks, he's the most reliable member of this team. Dmitri Pushkin is irreplaceable.
If he was the best you had, that says more about your people than him. My decision is final, Mr. Holt. I'll give you all the day to say your goodbyes, then I want you gone. You and all your flashy tights cause too much excitement for the people.
The Justice Leaguers would continue to try and protest and argue on Dimitri's behalf, but they were quickly escorted out by the Rocket Reds, number 7 standing guard at the front door.
I will return to the Metropolis Embassy with you tomorrow. Do not return here until then.
Oh, I'm gonna return all right. Return my boot right up your...
Before Guy could do anything rash, Jay grabbed him and zipped them all 100 feet away.
Guy, don't. You'll cause an international incident. We can work this out another way. Michael, what's the plan here?
I don't know. I'm gonna try and get in contact with the European Embassy and find some kind of loophole in the deal. Something about this stinks, I tell you.
I agree. Maybe Guy and I could stick around and investigate. Something about these new Reds itches my head. Guys, too.
Good idea. I'll take Dmitri home and stay with him until we have to go. You okay with that, big guy?
Dmitri was dead quiet, but when Vixen patted him on the back, he seemed to snap out of it, at least momentarily.
Oh, right. Yes, thank you, Mari.
Okay, Justice League. We got this.
Hell of a battle cry, Mike.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Murray would walk Dmitri through the suburbs of Moscow. The townhouses that lined the roads were all eerily identical to each other, but the thing that struck them both was that there were barely any people around.
Well, I see why you don't put a lot of stock in the land of your home. How do you even find your house like this?
Well, my address, for one. It is weirdly quiet, though. I would usually be hearing the laughter of children playing in the street.
If I was going to be stuck here again, I was at least content to bask in the happier parts of home. But it doesn't feel like home anymore.
Michael is going to fix this, Dmitri. Trust me.
I don't think Mikhail likes me much. I understand. I know I can be too much goofy, silly Russian man. Even among my comrades here, I was beat of old man out. It's funny. He reminds me of Hemingway.
So, what would you do if you can't fix this?
Well, I'll probably be assigned to new duties. I'll keep my military benefits, so I at least can still provide for my wife and children. It won't be all bad, I'll miss you all so much.
It'll be alright, Dmitri. We're not letting you go without a fight. I saw those people when you arrived. They love you. They're not going to stand by and let you get fired.
Dmitri? Is that you?
A large man smelling of vodka approached the two from across the street. He was bald with a ginger goatee and wore a tattered, dirty red tracksuit. Before Murray could fully react, Dmitri pulled the man in for a massive bear hug.
Gavril! It is so good to see you, comrade!
Wait, Gavril? The ping pong guy?
That is how you refer to me?
No, the ping pong guy! Murray, this is Gavril Ivanovich, otherwise known as Rocket Red Number 5. He was my partner in the brigade. Gavril, this is Murray. She is... well, was my co-worker and fellow superhero. I was, retrieved of active duty today.
Oh, wow. Nice to, meet you.
Likewise, but I was Rocket Red number 5. I was also discharged.
Oh, no! What happened? What could you have possibly done to warrant this?
They just didn't want me anymore. My suit sustained damage fighting the red robots, but when I sent it in for repairs, the president said my services were no longer needed. It happened to all of us, and I'm so sorry to say that you will share our fate.
Wait, Dmitri wasn't discharged. He was just pulled from active duty. He still has a job, right?
What happened to you, Gavril?
They did reassign me for a while. I was guarding a base in Tixi. But I couldn't do it. Without Rocket Red, I didn't have purpose anymore. And without it, I lost everything.
Dmitri looked upon his old friend to fully take in how disheveled he was. It filled him with a deep dread, not just for himself, but for his family. Visibly rattled, he left, walking towards home.
It is great shame about Dmitri. He was really the best of us. He used his position to push for every political group to be free to express what they believe, for the citizens to openly criticize the government, and for the people out east to have the same rights as we do in Moscow, for the people to be able to enjoy themselves without the suits lording over them. If it weren't for his popularity among the people, they would have gotten rid of him years ago. He's far too Western for the Russian way.
I hate this. There has to be something we can do to help.
President acted as a cold, unyielding man. Changing his mind is not possible. Your words fall on deaf ears.
Well, maybe I just need more voices. Thanks for the info, Mr. Ivanovich. I'll find you later.
Jay and Guy broke off to observe the new Rocket Reds in action. Flash was able to snag some civilian clothes to not draw attention to themselves, and to remain incognito, they donned the greatest disguises a superhero could ask for, a baseball cap and sunglasses.
I truly do not understand how this getup ever worked.
Ye of little faith, Gardner. The trick is hiding in plain sight. You know, I actually kind of missed the investigative side of all this. Tailing crooks, having stakeouts, documenting evidence to turn over to the police. I loved all of it. It's what me and my Green Lantern used to do.
Is that why you wanted me with you? To relive your glory days?
Maybe a little. But you knew something was off too, Guy.
Bit, I guess. Something about these suits. Reminded me of something from old Owen history. What about you?
Well, there was this group of vigilantes who all took the same name and M.O. Paul Kirk, Rick Nelson, Dan Richards. All of them were just rotten. They were violent, punitive, and zealous. The Starman theorized they were all part of some alien cult.
Oh yeah. What were they called?
Before Jay could answer, their attention was turned to a mugging in an alley. The two were about to step into action, but before they could, one of the Rocket Reds crashed down before them. He grabbed the mugger and slammed him against a wall.
You have been apprehended for a crime. Do not resist.
The mugger, deeply rattled by the Red's arrival, went to put his hands in the air. The Rocket Red didn't like that.
Stop resisting!
Horrified by the brutality before her, the woman originally being mugged ran away from the Red, running across the street to get some distance between them. The Rocket Red didn't like that either.
Jaywalking!
The Rocket Red ceased punching the petty thug and drew a futuristic pistol and fired a green bolt of energy at the woman. She was struck by it and fell to the ground.
Do not resist. No man escapes the Rocket Reds.
Alright, that jogged my memory. You guys wouldn't happen to be called Manhunters, would they?
They would. What are they?
The Guardians of O's first draft at Intergalactic Police. After the Manhunters were retired for being too violent, the Guardians made the Corps. They tried coming back, but Al took them down. Guess not all of them.
Well, I'm not a fan of police brutality, so what say we finish the job?
Works for me, Pops.
Green Lantern powered up his ring and Flash rushed at the Manhunter to attack it from behind. The red iron giant swiveled around on its torso and caught Jay's fist, twisting it.
Insurgents detected. Insurgents detected.
Detect this, you clanker!
Green Lantern detected. Green Lantern. Exterminate. Exterminate.
Guy had created two constructs, a hammer and sickle. He then proceeded to bash the Manhunter's head in with the hammer, then slice it in half with the sickle. The robot then collapsed to the ground, revealing no human inside the armor, just a collection of servos and motors.
You good, Jay?
I'll manage. Seems like Octid wanted to replace his human security force with something a bit more extreme. We should regroup in the League so we can expose this chicanery.
Unfortunately, the chicanery would continue, as a dozen of the Rocket Red robots would land down around the two. All of them had their weapons drawn as the visors reminiscent of the old armors retracted, revealing the blue, emotionless faces of the Manhunters.
No man escapes the Manhunters.
Mari and Dmitri would eventually make it to the Pushkin residence. It was a solid white concrete townhouse, just the same as all the others, but something about this one felt a little cozier.
Are you ready?
Bah, this will be hard news. But they are my family.
Opening the door was a beautiful woman with long strawberry blonde hair in a purple dress. Her eyes looked tired, but upon seeing Dmitri, they lit up like the sunrise as she dragged Dmitri into an embrace.
Dmitri, oh my God! You're home! I have missed you so much!
Belina, my darling tulip.
Have these tulips, darling.
Dmitri's wife, Belina Pushkin, then grabbed his face and gave him a passionate kiss. After it concluded, Dmitri was briefly staggered.
Oh, wow. Good to see you too.
Way to go, big guy. Hi, Mrs. Pushkin. I'm Vixen. I work with your husband.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't see you there. You must be part of the Justice League. Oh, come in. It is such an honor to have another superhero with us. Mischa! Tasha! Your father is home.
Two young children ran into the main room, as excited as they'd be if it was Christmas morning. Dmitri scooped them each up into his arms, spinning them around and tossing them into the air. Despite what he had under the surface, he never seemed happier. He had joined the Justice League to see the world, but his entire world was right here.
Papa, did you get to meet Superman?
Oh, niet, Mischa. But I got to meet his doggy. He was good doggy.
He's so cute with them. If you don't mind, I'm a little surprised how good their English is.
I'm an English teacher. It is how Dmitri and I met. He was so passionate about one day going to America that he found me so he could learn. Stay for dinner, Vixen. I'd love to hear stories about his heroics from a more objective lens.
Oh yes, I have stories.
Vixen and Dmitri would regale the Pushkin family with tales of their missions together over dinner. Belina didn't make hamburgers, but the pierogi and borscht filled Dmitri's stomach and heart just the same. The evening was lovely. It felt normal, but the eventuality that Dmitri would have to tell them the truth hung over their heads. After a while, Dmitri would put his kids to bed, tucking them in and kissing them goodnight. Vixen would step outside, so Dmitri could finally break the news to his wife.
Belina, we need to talk. It's not good.
I had my suspicions. It's been nice having you home, but you'd be home for a reason. I've been talking to Gavril.
So you know, my armor was destroyed. Russian president will not replace it. I am off team.
The new regime hasn't been nice to the Rocket Reds. What happened to you?
I was helping someone who needed me. The people on the JLI needed somebody to make sure no one felt alone. I did that, but it had cost.
Of course you did. That's just so... you. So what happens now?
I'll do what I need to. We'll move to Tixie. I stand guard at the remote base for 20 years. It will suck, but it will be worth it to come home to you again.
You are a good man, Dmitri.
Thank you. I will miss my old job, my friends, and the hamburger.
I'll try and figure out the recipe. You coming to bed?
In a little bit. Good night, my love.
Good night.
Dmitri sat back down at the kitchen table, grabbing a bottle of vodka from a locked cabinet and pouring himself a glass. When Vixen re-entered, he poured another.
How'd it go?
Not bad. Belina is... she's Belina.
You have a beautiful family, Dmitri. A lot about you makes so much more sense to me now.
How so?
The way you hold yourself around everyone. You're kind, you're jolly, even if you really aren't. Just so someone else can be. You treat everybody as if you're talking to your kids. Why? Why do you do what you do?
Superman.
Superman?
10 years ago, Moscow was attacked by Brainiac. You want to put tiny city in bottle. Everyone very scared. But then, Superman fly in, fight Brainiac and save us. But even before he did,
Us just seeing him made us believe we were going to be okay. And the look in his eye, that smile, it made me feel safe. I don't believe in God, but he was the closest I ever had to faith. So I wanted to give that feeling to others.
So that's why you wanted to get into American culture. Superman's truth, justice, and...
The American way. I know it's corny, but he is why I became superhero. So I can spread love and kindness to the world. And maybe inspire others to do the same.
I'm going to miss you, Dmitri. The JLI will feel lonely without you. I'll be lonely.
Oh, please. People adore you when you let them. They'll do fine without me.
Yeah. Anyway, Prost?
Nostrovia.
Mr. Terrific sat alone at the airport at a payphone, working with Ted Cord to review the bylaws to find a loophole to keep Dmitri on the team. Ted knew his way around contracts. Michael used one of his T-spheres to print out the necessary documents.
Okay. All of that should be enough to stall Dimitri's removal until the UN gives him approval. It's not perfect, but it'll buy us some time.
All right. Thanks, Ted. We'll be back with our boy in tow tomorrow afternoon. Bye.
Mr. Terrific would then make his way back to the Red Square, documents in hand as he approached the Rocket Red guarding the door.
You were instructed not to return until morning.
Yeah, I know, big guy. But I have a legal precedent here. You ain't coming back with us. Dmitri is.
Deceased, human.
I ain't budging. The UN Charter has specialized protection for the founding members of the JLI, which Dmitri is. And officially, Rocket Red is not the moniker on file to receive such protections from removal. Rocket Red number 4 is. You're number 7. And since the Rocket Red's mantle numbering does not change after the decommissioning of a brigadier, as evidenced by there being no new number 1 after the death of Yosef Denisovich, there won't be another Rocket Red number 4 besides Dmitri. So by international law, he is irreplaceable. If he's gonna force Dmitri off the team, he's gonna need UN approval. So get me in there so I can give Mr. Reben Atkid a piece of my mind, son.
Mr. Terrific was then punched in the face by the Manhunter, knocking him out. Other Manhunters were then called over to collect the man, destroy his T-spheres, and bring him somewhere out of the way. Mr. Terrific would awaken in a dark cell overlooking some kind of a factory. It was illuminated only by pools of molten metal and a large yellow core shaped like a lantern. From the heavy machinery around Michael, he could discern that this was a factory of sorts, where new Rocket Reds were being assembled. Eventually, President stepped into his view.
Hello, Mr. Holt. I hope the accommodations have been to your liking.
What is this? Where the hell am I? Where are my T-spheres?
You won't be needing those anymore. You've been repurposed as a new specialized mechanic for the Manhunters.
Manhunters? The robot space cops that tried conquering the world a few years ago?
I prefer the word liberating, Mr. Holt. Liberating the human race from itself, from free will, when I was elected.
Sure, elected.
When I was elected president, I saw where the world was going. You Americans in your JLA were going to conquer us all and reshape the world in your image. I knew that in your unattainable ambition for justice, you would dictate the right thing to do. So when the Manhunters found me and allowed me to protect the world from other superpowered tyrants, I immediately came on board.
So you become a tyrant to stop other people from being tyrants?
We all have to make sacrifices, Mr. Holt. You know, the whole plan was supposed to take a lot longer. We had this whole scheme to lure in every one of you one by one. But after Dmitri went down, You brought everyone that we needed to make this all happen at once.
The President turned on the lights of the factory to reveal 2 generators attached to the machinery. Flash was trapped on a treadmill generating power for the conveyor belts, while Guy was trapped inside a yellow reactor core, forcing him to fire his ring into a generator to power the Manhunters' batteries.
If either of them stops, it sets off a bomb. It goes boom. Simple yet effective.
You're deranged. So what's your plan? Use us to build a huge army of Manhunters and take over the world?
You catch on quick, Mr. Holt. And since the Justice League is gone, the takeover should be even easier. Now I must go. Das Vidania.
The President would then leave the facility. Michael would examine the inner workings of the factory. He eyed a large pile of scrapped parts from Manhunters that weren't completed. The wheels turned in his mind as he formulated a plan.
Jay, Guy, you okay up there?
Could be better. What are you thinking?
I'm getting us out of here, shutting this place down, and then I'm gonna kick that despot's ass.
How are you gonna do that without your balls?
He didn't take all of them.
Michael peeled the black T-mask off his face, and with a few taps, it turned itself into one final T-sphere. He then used it to unlock the cell and escape. Jumping down to the lower level of the factory, he scanned the generators holding Jay and Guy, finding the bomb and defusing it. The automated production of more Manhunters stopped dead in its tracks.
Atta boy, Michael. What do we do now?
Jay and I got a butt kick last time against these guys. We need more firepower.
Well, boys, we got one night, a mountain of scrap, a T-sphere, and a Green Lantern ring. Let's make something of it.
Michael, Jay, and Guy would spend the rest of the night assembling something spectacular. By morning light, it was ready for action.
Do you think it's ready?
It's perfect.
That looks goddamn terrific. Let's move.
The following morning, Dmitri would walk alone to the Red Square. He wanted to make it an easy transition for the new guy, so he was going to hand off his position publicly and await his reassignment. When he awoke, Mari was gone. He assumed she was already there, and he was right, but not in the way he'd expected. She was surrounded by hundreds of people holding picket signs, chanting and shouting for him.
Mari? What is this?
Retribution, my friend. After you went to bed, I snuck around town. I told them what was happening to you and gave them an opportunity to help. They weren't going to let Russia's favorite superhero go away without a fight. I had a little extra help getting people together, too.
Oh, Gavril.
I thought what she was saying was, well, insane. But she was also very persuasive. You are worth fighting for, my friend.
So this is American protest?
America didn't invent them. But, more or less.
Russia doesn't take kindly to things like this. This could be risky.
Make no mistake, they know the risk. But it is after all that you have done for them. They stand united regardless.
As for safety, that's why I'm here. Come on, let's get your job back.
Dmitri would be brought into the crowd alongside the other protesters. The Russian people would be platformed to air their grievances against the walls of the Red Squares. The firing of the Rocket Reds, the brutality of the new forces, and the systemic problems with the nation, which remained behind closed doors, were now out in the open because they were emboldened by Marie McCabe and Dmitri Pushkin. The square had erupted in chaos, but the people had never felt more in order. President REDACTED looked down from his office window to look at the protest. He sneered in disgust at what he saw. He then grabbed the phone on his desk.
Send in one. Make an example.
From the skies, Rocket Red number 7 dropped down before the mob. It stood cold, unyielding against the people's will. Dmitri stepped forward to represent them.
This is an unsanctioned assembly. Disperse, or you will be dealt with.
Yet, I serve the people. And the people want you gone.
I was warned you would be a problem. They've been trying to get rid of you for a long time.
Then get rid of me!
No, not yet. I have to make an example.
Number 7 shoved Dmitri to the side and raised his gun to the crowd. It began charging with green energy as the people began to flee in fear.
No man escapes the Manhunters.
Before he could fire, Vixen leapt in and sliced the Manhunter's gun in half with her claws. The weapon exploded, leaving it to stagger back into Dmitri for him to suplex it.
Help evacuate the people. I'll take care of this one.
You got it!
Vixen clashed with Rocket Red number 7 as Dmitri was assisting people left and right to escape the area.
Everyone, follow me! Everything is going to be alright. The Vixen has this.
Vixen was then sent flying by an extremely powerful punch and careened into a streetlight, her spine wrapping around the pole. She, in fact, did not have this.
Money!
I'll be fine. Starfish, I'll heal. Just give me a sec.
Do not worry. I have her.
Rocket Red number 7 then slowly advanced towards Dmitri as he was ushering a few children away. He picked up a small green sedan and hurled it at them. Dmitri instinctively jumped in the way, bracing himself to protect the children as they fled. He was prepared for sacrifice, but the car was instead caught by a shining new Rocket Red armor. Sleek silver paneling on the arms, legs, and shoulders, bulky red boots and chest plate, a red pill helmet with gold visor, and armed to the teeth with weaponry.
Hey, big guy. How do you like the groovy new threads?
Mikhail? Is it you?
Me and the boys whipped this up to fight the alien robots. Thought you'd like to give it a test drive.
Aliens? That makes sense. Thank you, Mikhail.
The armor then opened up from the back, still holding the car as Michael slipped out of it. Dmitri looked at the new suit and hugged Michael tightly. He then inserted himself inside the armor and it fired to life. The new Rocket Red then launched forward and slammed the car on top of number 7. Then, from his wrists, a barrage of missiles fired upon the car and blew it up.
Oh, that felt good.
Coming in hot, guys!
Vixen would soon come too, as Jay and Guy would join them in the Red Square. But they were not alone. The Manhunter robots that were constructed flew behind them.
No man escapes the Manhunters.
These guys are no joke. They took us down together.
Worry not, comrades. I was big gun before. Now, I am bigger gun. I will handle them. After all, I am here for a team.
Do you think you can handle them?
I trust him and our handiwork. Jay, help with evac. Guy, Mari, I want you two with me. We got a despot to depose.
Gladly.
Aw, let's throw them in another office together.
As Terrific, Vixen, and Lantern rushed into the Capitol building, Rocket Red rose into the air and unleashed hell on the Manhunter battalion. Michael had outfitted the new armor with a myriad of bells and missiles. Wait, I meant whistles. You know what I meant. Dmitri tore through the imposter Rocket Reds like he was in a world made of cardboard, and he was having the time of his life.
Cry some more! Cry some more.
In the meantime, President Acted was frantically destroying documents and getting together a go-bag to flee the country. But before he could leave his office, Guy kicked down the door.
Party's over, Toots.
How did you escape? I took your balls.
Guy, shut up. It's over, Mr. President. Our boys are mowing down your bots as we speak, and you're gonna face justice.
Could we get away with killing him?
Unlikely. You have no more evidence of my involvement. The UN would never let you hurt me. It would be an international incident.
No proof. You sure?
Michael would tap his T-mask and make it broadcast a recording of everything President REDACTED had said to him.
When I was elected president, I saw what?
What'd you think this was? A tattoo?
I did.
Guy, shut up. Now, we can do this two different ways. I hand this over to the UN, and we go through a long and arduous trial that'll probably expose other dirty little secrets you have. You'll eventually get thrown in prison for the rest of your life. Alternatively, we save a bunch of time that I'd rather not waste in The Hague. You reinstate the old Reds, including Dmitri, resign with the speech we have for you, and go into exile.
Fine.
Can we add one more thing to that list?
Murray would whisper another condition in Michael's ear.
Oh, that's a good one. And one more thing. I ain't Batman's sloppy seconds. I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific. Suka Blatt.
A day and a half later, the team would convene around the television, but not in the Metropolis Embassy, but in Paris.
This is Jacques Riderre with France 24. We have breaking news from Russia. Following the reveal that the alien robots, the Manhunters, were living within the country and having their invasion stopped by the Justice League International, President REDACTED has resigned from his position, with ex-Rocket Red, Gavril Ivanovich, taking over in the interim until proper elections can be held. Here is a clip from the resignation speech.
While I remain unaware of the threat lying beneath our fair country, I still hold myself accountable for what happened yesterday. I failed as leader to the people. If it were not for the heroics of Dmitri, Pushkin, and the Justice League, Russia and the world would be lost. Thank you, Dmitri.
It is good to be back on team.
I am also rather happy with new arrangement.
Nah! Thank you for making them bring my family to live in the Paris embassy, Mary.
You're welcome. It seemed wrong to bring you back without them.
So, Dmitri, do you plan on staying here in Paris then?
Yes, but that won't interfere with my duties. Whatever you need me for, I'm one teleport away.
You shut up, there's more.
In addition, I have to make a grave confession. I am a stinky doo-doo head. I pick my nose and eat it, and I did... and still do. Oh God, why you make me do this? Wet the bed. Goodbye.
What the hell was that?
Insult to injury, Jay. I added that to his speech so that if he ever does try to come back, he'll be a laughingstock. Humiliation is the greatest deterrent.
I hate that he makes sense.
Anyway, the Manhunter remains have been handed over to China for study. We owe a great debt to the JLI. For a long time, the world has wondered who would fill the void left behind by Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. And after recent events, I believe the answer has been cemented. We should be proud to call Rocket Red, Mr. Terrific, and Vixen the new heroic trinity.
Written by Connor Dilworth. Directed by Connor Dilworth, John Keller, Noah Marshall, and Elle. Featuring the voice talents of Connor Dilworth as Dmitri Pushkin, FriendlyMedicVA as Mr. Terrific, Katrina Clairvoyant as Vixen, Grayson Luther as Guy Gardner, Dominic EmAr Trevino as J. Garrick, Alex Derrickson as Blue Beetle and Gavril Ivanovich, Noah Marshall as Jacques Riderre and Rocket Red No. 7, Zoey Hebert as Belina Pushkin, Garanseho as Mischa Pushkin, Lily Pierce as Madame Rouge, John Keller as President REDACTED, and Brendan McGinley as the Phantom Stranger.